Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is you are joining us from. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is Living LTV Live with me, Dr. Benga Adebayo. And today we are taking uh, a road less traveled, at least on this show. We are going to be talking about politics, right? And that's important. Um, for us as on the for me as a public health physician, and the health is defined policy, right? Doctors, medicine, the healthcare landscape, health access to health delivery, health systems. In fact, all of life revolve around political power, revolve around the people that lead a system. Before we go too far into the woods, let me first say thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure, it's an honor for you to join us today. This is Living LTV Live, like we said at the beginning, like you know, if you're watching this, and I'm your regular host, Benga Adebayo. Here we take a look at different health issues, as not just in the clinical side of health, a holistic approach to health, mental well-being, wellness, wholeness, and we hope that all the programming that we have brought your way are you found them useful. So today we are going to be taking a look at politics. And if this is your very first time of joining us, thank you so much for taking time to join us. Remember to like the video. If you have not subscribed to our channel, everything you wait for, I beg, make you click that like button. Don't forget to summon that bell so that every time we bring one new show, you will be the first to know about it. Please click on the like button, subscribe button, and the bell notification so that every time we bring a new show, you'll be the very first to know about it. So today we're going to be taking a look at politics and political discourse, right? And if we put a rider there, who are you going to be voting for? In case you don't know, you're wondering what's it talking about? Right here in Nigeria, where we are broadcasting from, it's political season, and we have three, mighty candidates, so to speak, and we have a host of others. When somebody saw the poster for today's show, so, no, it's not complete. There's one more candidate that you should put there. There's this candidate you should put there. All right, so forgive us for not putting all the candidates, but they are covered under others, right? But we have three main candidates, and maybe a fourth or fifth, but we have three main candidates that are polling according to the polls that have been released. So the first candidate, in alphabetical order, not in any particular order, is Atiku Abubakar, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, and then we have the candidate of the APC, right? And that's in the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And then we have the candidate of the Labour Party, the person of Peter Obi. And then you have Kwakwanso, you have Showore, you have lots of other people that are vying for this high office of being the leader of Nigeria. So I just thought today on the show that it may be important to discuss politics, right? And to discuss politics as it relates to our health and then to relationships. One of the reasons why this I've come up we are doing this is because listening to people and watching people have different approaches to politics, uh, and they have different dimensions to it. But the interesting thing is that politics has the power to break people, because politics brings us, especially in this environment and even globally now. One of the funny things that I read, I tend to, if you see me on my device, laptop, one of, if I'm not writing or working, what I probably am doing is reading news, right? Finding out what is happening, and the level of anger and polarization because of politics globally is alarming. People left, fighting right. And now that for some decades past, it was that democratic rule gave you the opportunity that the majority will have their way, and then the minority will have their say, and then people respect polls, right? But things are changing. People are fighting. So we now have a mix, even where there are democratic tenets, long-standing democratic tenets. People are getting disillusioned. I don't like politics. I don't like politics. Let's leave out politics. Let's not discuss politics. I don't know how many times in some of the groups, my old school student groups, old student association, how many times people ask, okay, we are not going to discuss politics again in this group. We don't want politics again on this forum. And I just smile because guess what? There is politics everywhere in life, right? Let's even not go to electoral politics or governance politics. Politics simply is negotiations of power and influence wherever there are human beings, right? Every single place where you have human beings, there will be politics, a negotiation of influence or power. It may be unspoken. I don't care how it is in your family, there's politics in your family. There's that person that says anything, and people try to bargain to have influence. Whether in your religious association, your church, your mosque, there are politics. There is politics as it pertains to even the rulership. If you get to elect the people that rule you, there will be politics. Even when you just have one person that is undisputedly the ruler, people will try to align themselves to curry his favor, and they will do different things to be on his good books, to be on the good books of the people that are on his good books, to create cliques, to create power blocks, to challenge it wherever it is. Once you are more than two, three, four, there will be politics because we are social beings and we tend to negotiate what we do, how we do it with one another. And that's politics. What do you say? How do you get this person to like you? How do you get this person to align with your point of view or align? How do you trade favors? Right? There's always politics. So I don't care whether you are not enamored with electoral politics, you don't want to vote, whatever nation you or the earth you are in, there is politics. Uh, in your workplace, there is politics. Wherever it is that you find yourself, there is politics. So the question now is, what are you going to do about it? How do you do it? What I'd like to say is, even when this interactional politics, so to speak, as we talk to one another, as we play with one another, we must do it without rancor, right? Uh, I see a lot of people get so invested in politicking that they miss the essence of living, of association, of relationship. People are the most important assets anyone can have. People, how you relate with people, how you play with people, what you do with people, they are your most important assets. So the question now is, how do we do electoral politics and yet not fight one another and yet not become enemies of each other because of a particular candidate we support? I've seen friends get into friends of 20 years. In my family, I have a relative that believes in some particular candidate that I personally just don't think that those candidates are worth it. But he's my family. I'm not going to cast him away because we have different opinions of divergent political views. And I think the beauty of democracy, you have no, different people have different opinions. Some people may think that democratic rule does not work. They believe that maybe an autocratic regime, a benevolent autocratic regime, may be a better thing. I think it's dangerous to be at the whim and caprices of one individual. If you're on the person's good book, okay, good for you. But if you are, or even a good man, so to speak, if you are on his bad side, so it's good that there be a system where there are checks and balances, where somebody, one block, one individual, does not have too much power. That there is a system that is able to correct itself, heal itself, uh, reward um, good things, and then, of course, consequences for bad behavior. And I think of all the systems that are around, I think democratic rule, where it is properly done, um, right upon human psychology, human behavior. The politician does not want to lose at at the polls where votes count. So the key thing is that votes should count, and when votes count, when an informed electorate have the capacity to choose who governs them and how they govern them, to iron to fire. If that system works as it should, there's an incentive for the ruling class to do the things that are beneficial, largely, right? Largely, because we're not perfect people. Largely, that will be beneficial to the electorate. So I think a democratic system is a good thing. It gives people an opportunity to be a part of the governance process and to have accountability. And so when you have the system as is designed, judicial system for interpretation of laws, um and legislators to enact those laws, and an executive to implement those laws. That check and balance where everything works, and it takes time. It may take time to work. So the key thing is, today's show is not going to be too long. It is to say that politics is important. Votes matter, because where you have the opportunity to choose the people that will rule you, the policies that they enact affect everything. Affect your health, affect your economic well-being, your finance, that's your health, affect your children, affect everything that has to do with your life. So it's important that I think it's important that we take seriously the people that rule us, right? I think it's important that everyone, to the best of their ability, be part of the governance process, and it's not just only at when it's time to vote, right? Because votes happen periodically. So a vote may happen this year, and then it may not happen again for 4 years, right? Depends on where you are in some systems, in some places in the world, it's 6 years, right? Some places it's 5 years, and some places every 2 years. For some cadre of in America, the House of Representatives are elected every 2 years, right? Senators are elected every 6 years, and the president is elected every 4 years. So it's staggered that in America the elections hold every 2 years. There's one, and that turnover for them, that's their own system. Our system in Nigeria is every 4 years you elect across slate, of course, although the local government elections, for one reason or the other. Um, beyond the time where those votes happen, I think everyone should be part of that governance process, right? If good people don't join the electoral process, then they leave the jobbermans, so to speak, to rule, and rulership affects you, right? It affects everyone. So it's important that we all be part of that electoral process, and we get our voices heard, however you want to do so, right? Choosing to vote for the candidate of your choice without fear. And that part of that process is the conversations. I read sometimes the comment section of 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 of, of the news, of website, news websites, and I'm wow. Why are people this? Because when there's that veil of anonymity, people say all kinds of stuff, all kinds of terrible things, tribalistic things, racist things, because they just think nobody knows me. You just put your name there as Jabba Jabba 2, the man Peking or something. Just give yourself one funny name and you feel nobody knows you. So you just start to say all kinds of awful, awful things on Twitter, on Facebook, on the comments on Discourse. No. Uh, let's make this work, right? Get involved with the process. Do what is proper and do what is right. So, who do you want to vote for? That's your choice. You choose who you want to vote for and vote for whoever you think will be the best for you, your kids, your family, your future, and your nation. But as you do so, respect the choices of other people. Don't insult them and say that can you I can this is the choice. So you campaign for your candidate, let them campaign for theirs, and let's get the best that we can. Right? Short show today, just to say everyone get your voices heard. And we're going to be we've launched a new service, our sister organization, Inspiration Republic, right? It's a news magazine website just to go beyond the gloom, the doom, all the sorrowful things that are happening around us. So I'd like to invite you to join. Visit inspirationrepublic.ng. Tons of articles, lots of articles there, and we'll be writing more and more. We have a host of interesting things there to help. And on Wednesday, by the grace of God, we're going to be having a live stream, bringing different people that are supporting different candidates together, and let's just have a discussion, a civil discussion of why they think their candidate is the best for Nigeria at this time. So watch out, go to the website, visit our Instagram stream, Inspiration Republic NG, and that discussion on. And you can also subscribe to my handle at Dr. Adebayo. I'll be moderating it on that day, hopefully as an impartial moderator, right? So on Wednesday, by the grace of God, on IG, 3 p.m. Inspiration Republic NG is the stream at Dr. Adebayo, my stream on IG, and we'll be having that important discussion, right? Thank you so much for joining us. It's politics today. Don't ask me who I'm voting for. I will vote. See you. I have my voter's card. I'm ready to vote. Looking forward to voting, right? So see you again next week, Friday. That will be penultimate day to the presidential elections in Nigeria. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay inspired. God bless you.